Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. We're here to do a table topic community video response to Majora T. Another table topic video. Every time I have time, to record a video response, I try to do it because the topics are pretty good. And this time is no different with chill games. What are some of the games that you like to play to chill or to relax? And I have a few here that I want to share with you guys, but not before I share my drink of the night. I'm getting ready to play some Ease 9. Hopefully, I'm almost at the end of the game. But tonight I'm going to be enjoying a Graffiti Orange, which is brewed by a local brewery here, near where I live in Florida. So really good cream wheat ale. So cheers, guys. We're gonna do the video response after I take a sip. This is good stuff, man. So for the first game, I recently started playing Mario Golf Super Rush on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is not one game that I'm going to nominate here on my list because this game actually breaks the rules of the previous Mario Golf games by adding a speed golf option that, while it's a welcome addition, adding variety to the gameplay in the series, it's very stressful. So my recommendation here is to revert back to the old Mario Golf games, which they can be stressing in their own way, if you're trying to compete in the harder tournaments or championships and so forth. But as far as being a golf game and just playing some of the initial circuits or championships, the old Mario Golf games, you can't go wrong with whether you're playing the 64 version or the GameCube version or even the 3DS version. I think all the Mario Golf games can be a type of chill game where you can just enjoy the sport of golf, which I'm not a very big fan in terms of real life golf, but when it comes to video game golf games, Camelot in particular, the developers of the Mario Golf games, are really good. So this is a very relaxing game, very colorful with the Mario characters and themes in the worlds and whatnot. So the old school Mario Golf games get my vote here. Not so much the new Switch one, which is a good game, but the speed golf adds a little bit of I guess a stress in my opinion. For the next game, it's a PlayStation exclusive type of game that came out on the PlayStation Vita and also later on the PlayStation 4. And I'm talking about a 3D platformer on Tearaway, which, again, later in the game, there might be some areas where, there's a lot of platforming and you can, I guess, die a lot. But overall, this is a pretty straightforward and easy game, very relaxing. The game encourages you to pick different types of masks or skins for your character. The game also has a very high emphasis on photography with the photo mode, which has tons of filters, and combined with the unique art style in the game, it has a very crafty, paper artsy type of I guess art style that is just very relaxing with the music, the soundtrack, and everything. This game was developed by Media Molecule, which are the same developers from the Little Big Planet games. So the graphics, the art direction, and the overall, I guess, easiness of the game make up for a very quote-unquote chill experience. So if you guys haven't checked out Tearaway and you guys enjoy 3D platformers, make sure you check it out because there's a lot of things to enjoy. Take your time, use the photo mode to take pictures, different filters, blur effects even, which was pretty fun to do both with the Vita version and the PS4 version, which is in my opinion the go-to because improved graphics and whatnot. So Tearaway gets my vote. I feel like it's one of those not so too much PlayStation exclusive games out there. And then speaking of artsy and looking games, the next one is a very chill game. And I'm talking about Kirbys Epic Yarn. There's two versions. There's a 3DS release, and then there's the Nintendo Wii release. This is the one that I play and beat back in the day. I think this was released around 2010, I believe. And yeah, Kirbys Epic Yarn, Kirby games in general are on the easy side, but Epic Yarn takes it to a whole new level. And in my opinion, some people complain, it's way too easy, this game is way too easy. But in my opinion, a game doesn't have to be necessarily challenging to be fun. And this is a perfect example right here. This is a very, very easy game. In fact, you will have to work to get killed in this game, since there are hardly any I guess pits or anything that you can fall and quote unquote die, if you will. But this game is just wonderful. The art direction, the yarn graphics, very artsy, very charming looking game that back in when it was released on the Nintendo Wii, I was floored by the art direction, and then of course Nintendo mastered the looks of the game with the Yoshi's Woolly World, which looks even better. But in terms of being a chill game and just a relaxing game, Epic Yarn, Kirbys Epic Yarn, it's the one up there in my opinion, because it's such an easy game, the perfect game to unwind if you're not looking for a challenge, just to enjoy yourself in the soundtrack and just easy platforming. This is a wonderful game to go at it. And then my next game, I can't hold it in my hands because it's a digital title. It's a game that I started playing on Game Pass a couple years ago, and I just kind of stopped playing, but I am playing it right now. I just started it, and that game is a indie platformer called Gris, which has a very, very beautiful art style, very colorful in the later stages of the game when you start unlocking colors. When the game starts, it has like a two-tone, just black and white and kind of like gray tones to the game. But as you progress through the game, you unlock more colors, and the game just becomes this like vibrant, wonderful art piece, if you will. It's almost like a moving art piece, like a moving painting that combined with the graphics and the calming soundtrack, it's just a very relaxing game overall. There are some minor platforming and almost like light Metroidvania elements. Sometimes you have to do some minor backtracking here and there, but overall Gris is just a wonderful and short experience. I'm having a lot of fun times playing that on Steam right now, so highly recommended if you guys are looking for like a wonderful looking game and just a relaxing experience. And the last game, which in my opinion it's my top choice, for relaxing and chill games. It's one of my favorite PSN games, PlayStation Network games, and it takes me back to the early days of the PlayStation Network on the PlayStation 3. And unsurprisingly, that game is Flower. I know a lot of people probably would have this game in mind when you mention the word chill and relaxing. Flower, it's developed by That Game Company, which I think their later release Journey is the one that gets the most attention, and that's another recommendation, obviously that I can do through this video. Journey is a fantastic game, wonderful themes and whatnot, but Flower is my favorite of the trilogy of games that was released by That Game Company. And unpopular opinion, I think most people prefer Journey, but Flower, I remember playing this game, and I was just very surprised at how calming, how beautiful the graphics are, the overall theme, there are underlying themes behind the simplicity of the I guess presentation of the game, which is literally you control the wind. So you have a single flower petal just floating in an open field, and then you control the wind, and you can push that a flower petal into different directions, and then you start gaining other petals, and then you can create all these beautiful sceneries with lots of petals floating around and flowers and whatnot. You can die in the game in some later stages. There is a tricky area, but overall, the overall experience is just very calming and very, very beautiful. It was one of those games that really surprised me when it was released, back in the day. And there is an updated version, I think, for the PS4, and also the game is available on Steam as well. So there's a number of new platforms that you can enjoy Flower on, and I'm glad that game is out in more platforms so more people can enjoy. Back in the day it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive, but love that game. I still love it. It's one of those games that every now and then, if you feel stressed in your life, just put Flower, and that game will definitely calm you down. I think it's just a very, very beautiful game. So with that being said, those are my choices. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the source video from Majora T. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Cheers and have a good night.